So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to do a speed test between the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus from 2019 and the latest iPhone 14 Pro Max from 2022. So we are going to start with a boot up. So booting up in 3, 2, 1. So let's see which one of the phones boot up faster. And the S10 Plus which I have here from 2019 is the Exynos variant. So this has the Exynos 9820 inside it, not the Snapdragon one. And this of course has the latest A16 Bionic inside. So as you can see, iPhone boots up faster as compared to S10 Plus. So let's start with the biometrics. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus has facial recognition as well as in-display ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. So it has two methods to unlock: the ultrasonic scanner, which was the first generation of in-display scanner introduced by Samsung, and the second one is an facial unlock. The facial scanner is just a 2D scanner, so it is not that secure, but the fingerprint scanner is pretty fast for this device as it was the first generation scanner. So now coming over to Apple iPhone, this of course has the Face ID for unlock and it works just pretty well, as you can see. So that was the security options on both the phones, and you can actually see both of their displays, the punch hole on both the phones. So S10 Plus, being an older phone, actually has a smaller cutout, as this is a big cutout I would say as compared to S10, because it actually has two cameras. One is the main and the second one is for depth, while iPhone here has a big punch out that is for selfie camera as well as the Face ID stuff. So you can see the displays on both the phones. So now let's get started with the app opening test on both the phones. So first we are going to open pretty basic applications on both the devices, and then we'll move on to some of the games. So both the phones are connected to the same wireless networks, as you can see, and everything is closed up in the background. So let's start with some pretty basic applications. Phone dialer, faster on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and the iPhone actually has an ProMotion display, so it feels pretty smooth while using it. While once you use ProMotion display, the 60 Hz actually feels laggy, so that's the advantage for the iPhone there. Let's move on to calendar, faster on iPhone there. Next up, clock, slightly faster on the iPhone. Next, coming over to weather, that was faster on the S10 Plus. Settings app, slightly faster on the S10 Plus. Spotify, again slightly faster on the iPhone. That was pretty fast on the iPhone, I like to mean. Amazon, again faster there on the iPhone. Now let's move to Google Maps. Almost same on both the devices. Let's move on to YouTube. That was faster on the S10 Plus. Let's move on to camera. Slightly faster on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now let's move on to Chrome. Faster on the iPhone there. Play Store, App Store, faster on the S10 Plus. My Files, about the same on both the devices. Google, faster on the S10 Plus there. Now let's move on to Cello, faster on the iPhone, followed by S10 Plus. Now let's move on to some basic games. So starting with Temple Run. So as you can see, only slightly faster on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And once you are inside the game, almost both the devices have same performance unless and until you are playing hardcore games such as PUBG and etc. So now let's move on to Subway Surfers. That was faster on the iPhone. Let's get out of here. Now let's move on to Geekbench 6. So this is the new Geekbench app, and as you can see, this is the 9820 variant of the S10 Plus, and it has 8 GB of RAM compared to 6 GB on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now moving to Instagram, slightly faster on the iPhone there. Now let's move on to CityFlow, about the same on both the devices. So as you can see, the performance is almost same on both the devices. The iPhone is slightly faster when it comes to gaming, so if you play hardcore games, so at that time the iPhone will be much preferable over the S10 Plus. So now let's move on to the RAM management. So first we'll do the RAM management of the S10 Plus, and you look at how the animations feel. So Spotify got refreshed. Maps also got I think slightly refreshed. So as you can see, all the apps were kept in the memory by the S10 Plus, so that is a pretty good RAM management, as this has 8 GB of RAM, as you can see. So it is expected to have a good RAM management. So now let's move on to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So I'm just going to slide like this. So as you can see, all the apps were in memory by both the devices. Now coming over to the Geekbench scores, these are the scores of both the devices. So this was ran with Geekbench 6. So as you can see, the scores are just fascinating on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. The single core score on the iPhone is actually higher than the multi-core score on the S10 Plus. So that is just fascinating. But benchmarks are not a real deal. As you saw, the performance was almost similar on both the devices, but once you start doing multitasking on the S10 Plus, it will get warm and it will feel slightly sluggish. While iPhone being a newer one, it will easily handle every task which you throw at it. So that's all from my side guys, and do let me know how you feel about both these devices in the comment section below. Thank you.